We're here today in the captivating, fortified medieval city of Mdina, also known as the Silent City. Mdina is currently on the tentative list to become a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So come and walk with me on this tour of the city, and you'll see for yourself why it's such a special and unique place. So first of all, if you're a Game of Thrones fan, you might recognise a few of the locations here in Mdina, including where we are now at Mdina's main gate, which you might already know served as the exterior entrance to King's Landing in Season 1. Beyond Game of Thrones, the city's heady mix of Norman and Baroque architecture, the unspoilt narrow streets, and the impressive fortifications has attracted quite a few other film and TV productions. A few notable ones include the 2000 film Gladiator, starring Russell Crowe, and the 1965 thriller Assassination in Rome also used Mdina's atmospheric streets and historical buildings to add to its suspenseful setting. The Count of Monte Cristo was filmed here in 2002. The Devil's Double from 2011, a biographical film about the body double of Uday Hussein, Saddam Hussein's son, was filmed here too. Oh, and there was also the fantasy film Clash of the Titans from 1981, which utilised the city's ancient feel to bring its mythological world to life. So let's talk a bit about Mdina's ancient origins. Well, Mdina's been around since about 700 BC, when the Phoenicians first settled and fortified it. And this, I think, must make Mdina one of Europe's oldest continuously inhabited cities. It was actually the old capital of Malta, and it held on to that title until the Knights of St. John arrived in 1530. During Roman times, Mdina was much, much bigger. In fact, it was roughly 3 times its current size. But after the Roman Empire fell, the city was reduced and rebuilt on a hilltop for better defence. In 1693, Mdina endured massive damage from a powerful earthquake which virtually destroyed the city and its medieval cathedral. The cathedral had to be pretty much rebuilt in 1702. So how does it get its name Silent City? Well, this name was originally coined when the capital city was moved out into what is modern-day Vittoriosa. This movement left Mdina so uninhabited that people started to consider it to be a ghost town, and the Silent City nickname was born. Today, its generally peaceful atmosphere and the restrictions on traffic inside its walls keeps the name going. You might be surprised to know that despite its beauty, it has a really small population of about 250 people that permanently live here. However, Mdina has a whopping 750,000 visitors a year, making it one of Malta's top tourist spots. So I wouldn't say it's always that silent, especially in the afternoons. So what can you find here in the Silent City? One of the must-sees has to be St. Paul's Baroque Cathedral. It's filled with lovely frescoes, intricate marble flooring, and is really magnificent inside and out. Another intriguing spot is the Mdina Dungeons, located beneath the city. The dungeons give you a glimpse into the darker side of Mdina's past, with exhibits depicting various grisly forms of punishment used throughout the ages. Then there's the Palazzo Falson Historic House Museum, a well-preserved medieval palace containing historical artefacts, antique furniture, art, and a rare book collection. Bastion Square has some of the best panoramic views of the surrounding countryside. It's the most popular spot for tourists to soak in the scenery and the peaceful atmosphere of the landscape. Another gem is the Palazzo de Pirro, a cultural centre and museum that hosts exhibitions and events throughout the year, spotlighting Mdina's artistic heritage. The Carmelite Priory, a 17th century priory and church, is another lovely example of Baroque architecture. You can take a guided tour there if you want to delve into the history of the Carmelite order and their presence in Mdina. There's also the Mdina Experience, which is an audio-visual show giving an overview of Mdina's history, from its Phoenician origins to the present day. If you're looking for a place to stop and eat, or a coffee stop, the Fontanella Tea Garden is famous for its cakes, and it has some of the best views over the bastion walls. It's always been our favourite spot to unwind when we visit Mdina. Lastly, there's the National Museum of Natural History, an 18th century palace that houses a big collection of natural history exhibits, including fossils and minerals. You can take the horse-drawn carriage rides or guided tours around the city, but for me I think just wandering the city's narrow winding streets at your own pace is the main draw. And if you come in the morning especially, it has an eerie quiet that's really captivating. Mdina is just across the road from Rabat too. Rabat has a completely different vibe, but is equally worth the visit. Not just for the town itself, but also the St. Paul's catacombs. If you want to know more about Rabat, we do have an existing walk there, so you might find that helpful. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this tour with me through the Silent City. We do have a few more videos in Malta, as well as in some of our favourite places around the world. So take care, and we hope to see you on the next one.